Hello. Thank you,
Hey,
everyone, for coming.
so glad to be back here with you, Debra.
I know you. When we collaborated before, it was one of the most popular videos that I had for a long while. It's so great.
That's
Hi,
great.
hi,
Well, it's been a
Denise.
minute, so I'm glad we're back together.
Yeah, we're going to do something a little different. As the thumbnail described, we're not going to talk about that fat, smelly old elephant in the courtroom. We would like to showcase, as I mentioned in the write-up, we would like to showcase the people who are doing all the grunt work to help us back into a safe democracy.
Right.
And also, one of the things I'd like to suggest is if there's someone that you're really aligned to or really appreciative of, it's nice to have that in our heart. But go ahead and Google what their email address is and email them saying that you support them. You know, that you don't have to send money. You don't have to send anything like that, but just say, I'm really, really happy you're doing all these great things. I want to say hello to some people who came in. I've got Denise Fletcher. You were the first one here. Thank you so much. And she's a member. I have Cynthia Smith, who's a member. Thank you, Cynthia. Craig, hello, Craig. I don't know if we're going to have time for any personal readings today, political side, but I guarantee you we're going to have some insights on the people and how. So when you know their numbers and you know their chakra personality and all that stuff, you will know how they feel appreciated. And so that's kind of where we're going to go with today. I've got Linda Kennedy. Thank you for coming in. Linda Bertaut just happened to be here as well.
Yeah.
She is here.
Linda's been in our show before too.
Linda, yes.
Linda Kennedy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Marby, hello. Good to see you. Amanda and Danya Pez. Yes. Thank you. She says hello.
Nice. Bora Bora. I know Bora Bora.
I love Bora Bora. She is so generous. She and Jennifer P from Canada.
One of our sisters.
And before I go, the people who are watching the replay, thank you very much for taking the time to up our numbers for the views. If you could comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But listen to this, people on the replay. I said it before, I'll say it again. So if you're watching it on the replay, put your eyes to the subscribe button. Just watch this, because every time someone says subscribe, the button goes wild. Have you noticed that? It's got like a show.
Something froze there. You want to say that again? I missed that.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Did I freeze? So if you're listening on the free replay, just look at the subscribe button on your phone or your tablet or wherever you're watching. And so anytime a person says subscribe, the subscribe button twirls and makes all these sparklers come out. It's pretty fun.
Yes.
So only if Cynthia says only if this hour works out to do a reading. Okay, well we'll figure out something. I'm going to do a messages from spirit, and where we can talk about the personal readings. But one of the things we wanted to showcase today, Cynthia, is the people in our lives that are helping us, who are really in the fight for democracy. And we've got a list here we'd like to go through. And anybody that you have in your heart. Hi, Fatima. It's so nice to see you, sweetheart. Anyone you know comes to mind that you feel is really working on saving our democracy? I'm just here. What I can do is, I guess, send money to support these people, and I just pray. Like, I'm a prayer warrior. And but this is going to tell us. This is going to let me see my list. This is going to tell us, we're going to showcase a few. I'd like to see what comes to mind for you, and we'll work on your suggestions as well. But this is going to explain to us, everyone, thank you for coming, explain to us how we can support them, what would mean the most to them. So we'll do that. So nice. Is SR, I didn't see you, SR Kush. If you're here, hello. So what we've got, first of all, I'd like to introduce, for people who don't know Linda, Linda Bertaut is an incredible advisor. She does a lot of different work and different modalities, but she's developed her own style, her own flavor, which is kind of nice because we are all of what we've experienced, all of what we've learned. And she has put it together and is presenting it in such a concise way. It can really help you. And I'd like to ask Linda to tell us all about yourself, what you offer, and what you do.
Well, I am a chakra psychic, a Reiki master teacher, a healer, and an award-winning esthetician. I mentor those who are broken to heal from depression and anxiety using my Heal the Healer method. And a lot of my clients are actually healers, so I help them to gain the confidence to understand and embrace their healing abilities so they can go out and do their work. And I really love what I do. It is unique, and I also do gemstone card readings. So if you were to get a reading with me, and there should be a link for a discounted reading below, you would get a chakra reading, gemstone card reading. We do an actual healing, like a trapped emotion release from the body. I do a distance Reiki treatment on you so that when you come in, you're all out of balance, but when you leave, you're totally in balance. And then you get pictures of everything that I did with you, or you get the copy of the video too. So it's a really comprehensive reading and healing.
Awesome. I also do private sessions, but I'm going to start being very well defined in who I will read for, because the way I see the future when I do readings is that I see the most probable, the way you have decided to set things up, your choices, your thoughts, and actions. I can say, oh, you know where that's leading you? It's leading you to this destination. If that destination isn't what you want, then we have to talk about how to shift energies to move you to a little bit different path to promote new actions, new thought patterns, so you can manifest what you want. Please do not call me if you just want me to use my gifts to figure out what you want to hear. I am so tired of that. I don't do it. It's frustrating to me. It's really hard for me to give a reading and still comfort. And when I know the agenda, I had someone take advantage of me this week about that. And so I've decided to be well defined on who I would like as a client. So if you're messed up, if you find yourself making the same negative choices and in a pattern, or just don't feel like you're moving forward, please call me. But understand that I will teach you how to create the future you want. If you have to come in and not have an agenda, just come in open heart, open mind. I think this one last person that called me, that was so disruptive to my peace. Well, I just think the best. I just trust people too much. It was my own fault. Nonetheless, she had a definite outcome that she wanted to hear, and that was it. So anyway,
here's the truth. Here's the truth. You can only heal yourself. Nobody else can heal you. We're here to help guide you to get on the right path. For me specifically, I help you to understand and know who you are so that you can get on the right path. And it's really important that you do that, but you have to be a proactive person in your own growth and, exploration and healing. Because so many of us that are healers and, psychic have gone through some really traumatic times. And that's here for a reason. So the trauma and the difficult times are here to wake you up. But then you have to take the steps to, okay, now I know I've got to work on healing myself. And we're here to help guide you, give you
Yeah, and
guidance, give you
how you
information.
how you heal yourself is to be able to hear new things. In other words, I see you and how you filter information. So I know how to choose my words so you'll understand. But I find that people are really resistant, because by the time we get this age, I mean, we think we know it all. And I still think I know it all and I don't. But nonetheless, I can coach you on like dating. If you wanted to meet someone, this is my problem. I know how you appear to others and how you come across to others. And it takes delicacy to shine the light on that and mirror that back to you. If you're not having a relationship for more than a couple of weeks or a couple of months over and over and over again, then there's something that I can tell you just as an observation. You choose to change. Same with career, all that stuff. So I'm a straight shooter and I don't mess around, period. I don't have time for it. I respect your money and time way too much to try to soften the blow, which I should soften the blow more maybe. But but nonetheless, here we go. Amanda says, I hear people complain, and when you try to talk to them or offer suggestions and they push back on everything you say. You must be an advisor, Amanda. And it's at now I what I teach when I teach advisors, there are certain combinations of words or structure you can lay as a foundation so people can offer it. But remember that, and congratulations for moving into that and sticking with it so you can find that combination of words to serve others.
I think too, in the past, readers have allowed themselves to be kind of like counselors, and the client comes to them with their problems and their fears or their whatevers, and they just want to be comforted at that time, but they're not being taught how to do this work for themselves. And I think that's the old way of going to psychic readers.
Exactly. Perfectly put.
The new way is because now energy has shifted so much that people are ready. They're seeking, how do I do this myself? We don't want to hold on to everything. I have my gifts. Debra has her gifts. And how do you discover your gifts? That's what's so important. When you discover your gifts, your whole world opens up. So my commitment is to have you discover your gifts so you can run out and do the things that you do well. And then you inspire other people.
Right.
How does she doing that? I want to do that.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what we're here to talk about today, because we talked yesterday and I said, Debra, it's been too long. Let's do a show. And she said, okay, what are we going to talk about? And I'm like, I'm so frustrated with all the politics and all this crazy crap going on. And you're the one who came up with the idea that we need to start, really supporting these people who are in the fire for us, that are in the fight for us. And as I started to think about it, it made so much sense. And Spirit has shown me these images of us being like in a game, almost like if when you're watching a tennis match, you're watching the ball go this way and that way. And we're kind of in this energy of what's happening next. What's the next trauma? What's the next disaster? What's the next stupid thing, somebody says. And it's like, how do you get beyond that? It's kind of like this big chaos tornado. So we want to talk to you about how to move beyond that chaos and really start focusing on how you can be better, how you can support those that are doing the good work for us, that are making the world a better place.
Right. When I think of, for instance, Sheldon Whitehouse, when I think of him, when I hear the Supreme Court circus, I think, well, at least we have Sheldon Whitehouse and Jamie Raskin, and they never stop.
No,
I'm sitting here in a pile of despair. Oh, woe was me, but to give to them support, it could just be in an email, just doing that, it really does move the energy and gives them strength. There's another person I forgot to tell you about, and that is Jack Smith. And I have something to tell you about Jack Smith, but nonetheless, we'll figure out where that goes. So anyway, yeah. So we are different advisors. We are definitely different. Now, we counsel and we do, not in the traditional sense. We mentor, but I don't coach. I mean, that's the only word I can put on my website, because that's the only word that I could click on the drop down. That close resemblance. But a coach is going to keep you accountable. That's what coaches do. You set an agreement, what you're going to do, and then the coach calls you. Did you do it? Did you do it? Why didn't you do it? It's going to cost you $100 if you don't do it by the end of the week. No, I am not like that. So I give you what I have and all I have. And then, just like Linda says, then go do your life well. Enjoy it, because that is, oh yes, Cynthia, we have her. I'm going to star your Cynthia wants to talk about Liz Cheney, so we're gonna do that.
I'll take a look at her.
Yeah, I will too. So we've got some. So we've got some other comments in here, but I'm really looking for the people who are supporting our democracy. Yeah, so we can do something at the level of action. We feel like we can't do anything, but believe me, you write the right combination of words to thank someone and just press send, and you've done something that day. So let's do that. So Liz Cheney, yes. So let's start with Liz. I've got her right here. She's an interesting combination. And I'll tell you about Liz. There is one combination of numbers that come up in numerology for me, and it's the 3 life path. But it comes up with 2 or 4 life lessons. So there's not very many of those kind of people out there. But Liz Cheney is a 9/12/3. John Fetterman is the same combination. Now they have, and I think this is more reflective of John Fetterman, that he is a maverick. He's a little controversial, and of course we have Liz Cheney as being a maverick in her own right. But let me pull your question up here, sweetheart. Liz Cheney and AOC, we'll do that too. I give credit for their support and belief in our democracy. I like that you said that, especially for AOC. Let me tell you about AOC for this year. This year, AOC is having kind of a tough year through the numbers. It's one of those work hard, get nothing in return, or it doesn't feel like it. For instance, you remember when our sweet Miss Jasmine Crockett was, and then Marjorie was arguing and stuff. This was the first time I saw AOC come to the defense of someone, and her extreme emotion made her come across as losing losing her anger. I mean, being too angry to be effective. And I thought, oh, I wonder what's going on with that, because she's so articulate a lot of the time. But when she came up and can't talk about another brother, and it was really a different pitch, a different tone. And I thought, ooh, what's about that? And you know what? She's having a 4 personal year, which is all about doing a bunch of stuff and not have a lot of applause. So I think she's a little frustrated. So if you were going to reach out to AOC, literally, in an email, just say, thank you so much. I see you. I know you're working hard behind the scenes and you're not seeing the results just yet, but I'm here with you. That's the kind of words you choose for AOC. And go ahead.
So for my system, the chakra system, this is our vital life force energy that fuels our physical, mental, emotional, and spirit bodies. I have taken the chakras and turned them into personality types, and there's 9 of them. So there's 2 beyond the body. And AOC is the 8th chakra personality type, which is the transformer. I'm also a transformer. We're here to turn something into a better version of itself. We want to see things transform. We don't want to see the same thing done over and over again. We're here to bring progress and transformation within individuals, within countries, whatever, within our own government. So she is that 8th chakra personality type, and that's how she views the world. And how she reinforces her viewpoint is with the 3rd chakra, and that's the one that is social preserving. So she's in the perfect place to be doing government type of work, because she knows how to put things together, how to play the game, so to speak. I never learned how to play the game, but certain people really do, and then they can make a bigger impact. Mm-hmm. So the other thing is, I was checking the energy of her chakras, and surprisingly, she's balanced. She and a couple other of these women, Fani Willis and let's see. Yeah, Fani's balanced. Oh, and Hillary Clinton's balanced. Nobody is ever balanced in all their chakras unless they're really clear about who they are. In fact, your Debra right here, she's always balanced because she's so connected to spirit.
Aww.
But Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's balanced energetically, which is amazing. So that tells me she's doing God's work. She's doing the work that she's meant to do.
I was just doing Fani. Yeah, Fani is a one life path of 28 /1. So this is, so you can tell when someone's living their full potential with the numbers, because a 1 is a trailblazer and things like that. Really disciplined because they're hard on themselves, so they're hard on others. It could be that. But the 28 is what tells me. The 28 tells me the 8 is bringing down into tangible. She has learned the lesson of how to bring something from the air, a broken law or something, and bring it into into paperwork, tangible objects. A lawsuit is tangible. It's law. 8 is law and order. It's obvious that she has mastered that. And another thing, though, remember we had a little hoopla that the Republicans took advantage of.
Oh, right.
With her relationship, but that's the 2 in her life. So it's that knowing the boundaries of that's the 2 of the 28 life lessons. So knowing the boundaries that she has, that she needs to have, you have to be vigilant all through your life. But by the time she's this age, she knows what it might happen. But because she's a 1, she's a little daredevil.
But she's set to different standards because she's a woman and because she's Black. So we have to speak the truth to that. But when I was reading her energy, and I've done a couple videos on her. We did a video on her before, but I just did one recently. And it turned out it was the day before she got re-nominated into, at the primary. But she's the 6th chakra. visionary. These are the people that see the big picture and they know how to put all the little pieces together to bring that vision to fruition. And then she's the first chakra operating mode. So she's really, that's masculine energy. They know how to stand up to bullies. And so she's very grounded and she's balanced in every chakra. And I saw a couple interviews by her and she is so good. I really love this woman. She has strong faith, but she's also doing the work she's meant to do because she's balanced. She's very clear about who she is and she's very clear of her path. And she's the best person to do a RICO case. And I'm sure that when that happens, all the dominoes are going to tumble down because she's got that figured out and she's got it covered. We just need to get this stuff out of the way for her to do her work.
Exactly.
Oh,
Did
you want to look at Liz? Did you look at Liz?
I looked at Liz, but let me say prayers for my orphanage here in Kenya. Hello, John. We really have some challenges like lack of food, shelter, and clothing, and lack of clean water. Prayers out to you, John, for the good work you're doing.
Yes, everyone, please.
Absolutely. God bless you.
Okay.
Oh, the good work people do, I swear. I swear. Now, I see here, just a minute. I see
You're looking at Liz, right? Liz Cheney.
Yeah. And I see her there. The combination of threes where there's 4 life lessons to learn versus 2. They can be hard-headed and just like Liz. Liz is quietly hard-headed, and John Fetterman is overtly hard-headed, right? And defiant, but she's conservatively hard-headed. But she can both can compartmentalize quite well. So bravo on her. So what did you get for her?
Well, that makes total sense because she's the first chakra personality type. That's masculine energy. I'm finding a lot of women with either the first chakra personality type, that being able to survive in masculine energy, plus they're able to stand up to bullies. They don't take any crap. They're like the guys. They probably have more guy friends than girlfriends. Or they have the first chakra operating mode, which is how you reinforce your viewpoint. So she's that first chakra. They know how to focus and they can get into that rut. Like you said, they're looking straight ahead. They have their viewpoint and they're going to beat you potentially over the head with that viewpoint if they're not open-minded. And she's been like that, but thank goodness for her that she also had some standards that she wasn't going to allow, things to happen the way it did. And she was the one who was able to chair that impeachment trial. Then she's got the third chakra operating mode, which gives her, again, the ability to play the game, to speak, to have that gift of gab. So for her, I can see exactly what you're talking about. So she knows how to talk. She can motivate through words, but she's got that path that she's on, and she, there's a certain right and there's a certain wrong, and she's going to follow that particular way of looking at life.
I'm just finishing up with.
And the other one, this is interesting because not only is Liz Cheney a first chakra personality type with a third chakra operating mode, so is Stormy Daniels. So many women, like I said, that first chakra. These are women who know how to manifest. They know how to focus. I mean, Stormy came from very poor beginnings, and she found a way that she was able to make money. And whether you agree with what she did or not, she's got that stamina. She's got that drive. And again, she was not going to be, put down. She was going to stand up to a bully. And she's gone through a lot in order to go through what she did, especially with this last trial. She's put her life on the line for all of us, for women. So I expect to see more from her, and we need to throw our support behind her because she's very smart, and she's been one of these groundbreakers for us,
You know,
helping to put back years of oppression on women. And I'm seeing that it's these women that are the first chakra personality types or the first chakra operating modes, the ones we're talking about here, a lot of them are really going to help to turn things around. So we need to support them, whether you're sending prayers, whether you're sending emails, whatever you're doing, just shed the light, put the light on these women so that they can have the strength and the protection that they need to keep doing the work that they're doing.
You got Cynthia here saying, Linda, you are right on target with the chakra for Liz Cheney. She reminds me of John McCain when he had enough of the Republicans when he voted with thumbs down.
True. True. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, E.G. Carroll. She's another one. I think she's the first chakra personality type. What did I do with that list? Yeah, I think she was a 1-3 also. Because she was a writer. She was either a 3-1 or a 1-3. And another one, not taking his crap, saying this is enough. And she's getting ready to sue him again, right? Third time. Yes, I've heard that. Still.
Okay,
yeah.
I've got her birthday here.
So all of these women, we really need to support.
It's fun to play with the numbers here.
Isn't it? Oh, and Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett. Now, interestingly enough, I love Jasmine Crockett of Texas. She's actually the artist. She's the 4th chakra personality type. So they're very highly sensitive, feel everything, and they need to have a creative outlet. You know, she's her own work of art because she's beautiful. And she does her makeup and her eyelashes, which is great. You know, it's not something to be put down. She looks beautiful. But she is also the first chakra operating mode. So she's going to reinforce her creative self with the ability to stand her ground and to, have that sense of right and wrong and making sure that things are done fairly and properly. So she's the first one that I've seen that's an artist. That's interesting.
We're talking about Jasmine.
We're talking about Jasmine Crockett.
So
Texas.
What I have for Jasmine is that she is a master number 33, the same as Letitia.
Interesting.
So, of course, that would be balance, harmony, all the benefits of and hardships of the 6 is there. So that's understanding balance, harmony, good mediators. But the 33 is there saying, oh, I can take that skill and times 10 it and make a difference in the world. And so what motivates her is just this uneasy and relentless pressure to do something bigger than the average person, and they're both out there quite a bit. I just want to back up a little bit. Kaylee said E.G. Carroll, and I do have her as a 5 life path. Now, remember, OAC is a 5 life path as well, just in this group. Sheldon Whitehouse, 5. And for the most part, 5 life path people are happy in front of the camera. They're comfortable in front of the camera or producing things that are beautiful, usually very, very beautiful, very, very handsome, and they're able to live life through that. And E.G. Carroll was a model, and she was way out there, comfortable like that. So when I did a bunch of my research for numerology, I discovered that I'd say over 60% or at 60% of all of our newscasters are 5 life paths. It's the communication. It's turning on a dime. It's able to travel. It's comfortable on they can blitz into a TV thing in a moment's notice. That's just their superpower. So I just thought I'd throw that in. Thank you, Kaylee. Appreciate that. Whoops, I'm losing track here.
I don't know if it's me or you. No, that's so interesting. And it makes total sense because that goes with the third chakra operating mode, having that gift of gab, being able to motivate through words. And interesting. Oh, that's good. I want to talk about the 8th chakra personality type, because a lot of people I'm seeing here that are doing the good work for all of us, they are, well, there's a lot of 8s. So let's talk about who these transformers are. So you've got the 7 chakras within the body, and then there's 2 beyond the body that are part of the chakra personality types. The 8th chakra is like Earth's energy. So imagine that you're in the realm of Earth's energy. You're above, Earth, but you're looking at it. You see the big picture. And 8s see the big picture. They know how to put people, thoughts, ideas. They're connected to source. They get these insights, information they bring down to earth. They can put it in a logical, linear order so that it makes sense, to the people that might not have that particular ability. And they always want transformation. I find the majority of the time, you're going to find 8s who want to transform things for the better. Oprah was an 8. Look at all the good that she did so many years when she had her own TV show. Hillary Clinton is an 8. If she hadn't been, consistently badmouthed for so many years, it just was not undeserved, she would have been our president. We've got Sheldon Whitehouse, who's an 8th chakra transformer. Jack Smith, he's an 8 also. Letitia James, a transformer. Nancy Pelosi, a transformer. So there's all these people, and AOC is the transformer. So a lot of people out there doing this transformational work, they see the big picture, they know how to put things together, and they're making a big difference too.
Here I am.
Debra?
Here I am.
Am I by myself?
Yeah, you're not by yourself. I'm just below you I'm in the green room.
Okay.
But I was looking, you mentioned somebody, I was looking for them, but nonetheless, you're talking about Jack Smith.
Yes.
And I last year I put out a call for prayers for him, because he was in a situation when we see him, he's our hero. And sometimes we don't see what's underneath. So when you have the numbers and do the math, he is a 9 life path, which is the keeper of legacy. He cares what history thinks. Now there's also 9 life paths on the other side, and they still care about how, but that mean on the dark side, it's more like, I want to be remembered no matter what it is to be remembered.
Interesting.
But it's a very sensitive, family orientated, and to betray a 9 life path is to break their heart, to absolutely break their heart. Last year he was at a 9. He was at the end of a cycle for last year. This year he has to do new things, brand new things. And isn't it interesting how when he moves into the new year, it's, in January and February, he started, I don't know if it was new for him, because I only know him one way, right? But I do believe this year he's going to get more and more aggressive and fight a little differently, because it is a 1 personal year for him. He will start seeing new ways to break down the wall of injustice. So with that, I believe his next 9-year cycle will be easier on his heart. So pray for him and strength for him. And I don't know how to get an email to him, but the Google knows everything. So shoot something, a thumbs up or something towards him, if you could.
I just think putting good energy into the ethers for him too is going to help. The prayers, you talked about that earlier. Prayers are very powerful, and setting intentions. So I think, that's good.
It's it's something we all can do here. We just sit on our sofas thinking, oh my God, we're in despair because of everything happening. We don't feel like a participant. And saying a prayer is great, but it's a private for you. And I say you would change your life at the level of action, physically going to the keyboard, finding it, sending a note. That is something at the level of action. And it has to remind you that you are helping everyone make a step forward towards peace and harmony. And
Well, can we write a prayer and then people can just put the name of the person in that they want to send that to?
well,
What do you think?
we could do that, but I'd rather people think it's a good idea, grow in initiative, ponder it with their source, and move all the way to the level of action. And I know it's popular to have templates these days, but I think it's more powerful if you come up with your own words and move it. But if you are, Linda, are inspired right now to create something, do it. And we'll put it in the show notes and share it with others.
If you go to my website, I actually have a link, and it's free, to learn about a formula for a prayer. Because I find a lot of people don't know how to pray, or they're doing it from a victim stance, kind of a pleading stance. So if you're interested, at my website, there's a link that you can get. It's like 3 different lessons on how to do an intentional prayer, how to say an intentional prayer.
Oh, I thought you meant actually physically writing a prayer for others to duplicate.
No, I did say that.
Oh.
I meant that. But when you were saying no, I thought if people need help learning how to write a prayer, especially an intentional prayer, then I have that offering.
Good. And so she just put that her website in the chat, but I also have it in the show notes.
Okay, good.
So
thank you.
I didn't know you had that. I'm going to have to go and explore.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's part of what I teach with my Reiki training and the healing. I forgot to mention I have Reiki training online too. So I have those classes.
Awesome. And, are they video? Is it a video course?
It's video, yes. And then also you could get your own chakra personality profile reading too, if that's something you're interested in. So that's another option.
Awesome. Possum. I have other people coming in too. I'm going to showcase another advisor that does some very unique things. And I look for people who are in congruence with the new earth, the new way of doing things, the new way of looking at karma, the new way of doing, because everything has to shift now. It's transformative. And the first way to do new things and ride the new wave, so to speak, is to have information on how to adjust energy so you can the transition is easy, very easy. But understanding like the new rules, I'd hate that word rules, but the new concepts on how to move forward in life is coming through. So I've got Lalit that has that coming on, and then Kaylee Gordon's coming on soon. I'm preparing an introduction to her. She and I studied off-planet stuff, Akashic Record, and we would go off. We both have services that do soul realignments and things like that. So I'm going to bring her aboard because she has a set of situations that would be just perfect for the new earth and the new people in it.
And I have to really give a prop for Debra's readings. Oh my gosh, you guys. And by the way, Debra is balanced in every chakra as well. She's 100% intuitive. And I think you were 100% feeling as well.
I don't remember that part. I remember the intuitive.
Yeah. So
Thank
she's
you.
very connected to spirit, but she's able to tell you so many things that help you in a way that nobody else has ever been able to help me. So
Oh,
I highly recommend getting
thank
a
you.
reading from Debra.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm going to be highlighting, putting on special my soul profiles. This will tell you
Good.
your planet of origin, also the your superpowers, that kind of thing, whether you're a walk-in or a monosoul.
It's so
There's
important.
there's all those things, because not only do the numbers, the day you were born on Earth, this incarnation gives you some insight on how you filter information. You bring with it all the information from other planets that you've been on, and yes, you have been on them. And there's earthers, and the planet of origination is Earth, and there's a few people out on the planet that love Earth in that way, and that's their planet, it's their jam. But
Mhm.
especially now, we've got people from many parts of many galaxies, and from parallels as well, from
Mhm.
parallels, and from the mission realmers, which is the angelic realm. There's a whole lot. There's a whole bunch of things.
Mhm.
So there's some soul groups that I've discovered that do have the potential of having ET DNA. That's just another layer of information. It's not something that makes anybody better or worse. It's just that I remind you that there's insight there from that energy signature from past lives and days. If we just have to get the right combinations to start the
Mhm.
remembering process, and then it starts to
Mhm.
bloom into this reality and the
Mhm.
reason why you are born today on Earth, why you're alive now on Earth. And so all that information kind of helps, but I'll be putting that on special that it soon. Very soon. Thanks for letting me jibber jabber about that. I appreciate it. I
No, it's
appreciate
good.
it.
Well, that part of your reading made such a big difference to me.
Oh,
And
good.
I just think everybody should know that. Everybody should know it.
Thank you. Thank you. So it is fun to know. It is fun to see yourself as a star person, a light worker. And because everyone feels it that are light workers, they feel it anyway
Yeah,
and think there's something I'm not getting, or
exactly.
the world is not reflecting back the magnificence I feel I have. And that's
Right.
not an arrogant thing. That's not an ego thing. It's just like,
Mm-mm.
if I just get recognition that, oh yeah, that's who I am,
Yes. Yes.
then sky's the limit.
Well,
Um,
everybody has a purpose. Everybody has innate strengths and innate challenges.
mhm. And she froze a little bit.
How do
Hello,
you understand that those just help guide you? Oops. The
yeah.
challenges aren't wrong. It's just that they help to guide you to get back onto the right path. So when you
Mhm.
have a good understanding about who you are, then you can do what you're meant to do, and you make the world a better place just by being yourself.
But and the thing is, it's yes, the world is a better place, but the manifesting is amazing.
Oh,
Amazing. When you know who you are at soul level, it's like, Lalit, I go on Fridays with Lalit, and she's the
I love her.
incredible manifester.
That she is.
She once thought something like, oh, I'd really like to have this. She lives in a, I think it's over 55 community. It's like apartments.
Mhm.
And she'll say, oh, I really miss tasting this one tea. She will literally open her door up to leave, and there'd be that tea right there. So, I'm
She's so
not kidding
magical.
you.
She's
I'm
great.
not kidding you. She needed a new
Yeah.
computer. So she went down to check her mail, and there was a note that there's a computer, good working order. So she went to look at it, and it was like everything she wanted plus some. So she's an amazing. Hello, Dave.
Yes.
She is quite
Yes.
amazing about manifesting. But you can do that too.
Mhm. Mhm.
You can do that too. I I love. Thank you, Bora Bora, for doing everything
Yes, Bora
you
Bora,
are.
I love you. Thank you.
So we have a few minutes left. Do you want to give an example of a reading? I do have one person. Do I have somebody start?
Trying to think if we talked about everybody we were planning on talking. I think we did.
White House, Raskin. You know, Raskin is a cool. I do see this. Jamie Raskin is the same life path as Putin.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Same life lessons and everything else. But you look at this superhero, and when he speaks about the Constitution, it's like he knows it like the back of his head. He is so bright. He has taken things that are very, very complicated about our democracy, about our government, and he makes it easy to understand. Putin has a very clear-eyed idea of what his vision is, but he is not as overt with the vision for the people. I mean, whatever vision he's giving the people, I don't think aligned to his vision. But nonetheless, isn't it interesting? Just like Fetterman and Liz Cheney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the same dynamic of the threes where there's four lessons to learn. And one does it with short pants and, you know, whatever he does. And the other one does it in smart suits and quiet dignity, you know, but still their energy and their motivation is the same. It is just fascinating. And once you start looking at people at their chakra personality, their numbers and everything, and you see how they're doing, it's like unspoken talent that they have. And you say, I like that.
It makes so much sense then when you know that. It's like even with the numerology, the chakra personality types, astrology, all of these are pieces of the puzzle because they're separate systems, but they layer over each other. You know, it's like you can have the pieces of the puzzle put together for who you are and why you're here. And that's why I love this work so much, because I'm sure when you do a reading, when I do a reading and I watch that person go, oh, okay, now I know. They don't have to be embarrassed about being an introvert, or they don't have to be worried about being this way or that way. They understand themselves better.
Right.
As to why they're not like everybody else, or, you know, the way they think they should be.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that should word.
I know.
That S word. The S word. Oh my gosh. So I think we've done a pretty good here with our
too.
I'm looking at the comments and I'm not seeing anybody else's name come up. I do see Dave, is it Ton or Tan? I don't have my people's on.
Ton.
Ton Ton. Thank you for being here. He's got little peace signs up. Oh, I thought they were bunnies. I thought, oh, what a nice, sensitive guy. But it's just, he gave us two bunnies, but it's really just, I got to tell you, these.
Put your glasses on. I can't go without my glasses anymore.
But these are specifically for the computers, so they get that glare. That
really
glare
okay.
So,
okay.
Anyway, but I thought there was someone in all capital letters. We'll just go up here.
Are there any questions for us?
Any questions?
You want us to read? What's going on? Who's there?
You know what's interesting is that when the topic is the old fat smelly elephant in the courtroom.
Who's a double one, by the way? That means it's all about him and it's all about him.
Even though, you tell me about me. The thing is that there is a spirited conversation. Denise says, me. I'm going to get you, girl. There is a spirited conversation when we talk about how dare they and the darkness coming over and read about this and that. And here, when we're talking about supporting people, I'm not throwing shade on anybody, but there's a piece about the chatter. You know, there's kind of a piece about it, and to understand it, it's like, oh, this is a comfortable fit because it's more like the norm. but be aware of your responses to things that are of the good, and reach out for sure. Now, Denise, you had a question earlier. Let me just see here. And Kaylee, you are not a subscriber. You are a member of. Thank you very much. And I am going to go find our.
So
you want?
Denise,
Yeah, go ahead. She just wants a general reading.
Denise, do you like things to be a certain way? Are you really good at, you want things to be kind of a certain way in a certain order?
She's working on, I think she sees us. She just wants a general. Yeah.
Okay, show me the innate. Are you able to, you know how to put things together? You can see the big picture, you know how to put things together. But sometimes you can tend to be a little bit, when you get out of balance, you tend to look at the negative instead of the positive. And sometimes you can go down that kind of downward spiral. Okay, so let me see what's happening with you energetically, Denise. Show me the condition, Denise.
You go do that. I've got another question here. So my dear friend, Dave, he says, Putin or Trump, who will go down first? It's going to be Trump, because Putin's smart. He's a 7 life path. And a Trump is a 4 life path, which he's still smart. Maybe not him, but 4 life paths are very, very smart. They're quiet observers, though. And if you're not quiet enough and observant enough, then you become just plain stubborn and contrary. So, and it's going to be him for sure. Okay, Denise says, here's Denise. Denise, yes. She says, nope, take break, then go back and solve. That's what she was saying.
Okay, so you don't go into the negative spirals. I mean, that's good. That's just one of the challenges of your personality type. So I'm seeing that you are overcharged in the lower 4 chakras. That's your material world self, stress, anxiety, mental chatter, the heart's calling out for change. You're also overcharged in the 7th chakra, which is your connection to source. So I'm seeing that you get lots of ideas, but maybe right now you're not seeing how to put it all together or how to speak about it. Does that make sense?
That is so.
Because you're blocked. You're blocked in the 5th and the 6th. This has to do with your identity, your voice, and the 6th chakra having the vision to see how to put all the information together that you receive from source.
You know, I have an interesting take on your reading. Are you through?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have kind of the same thing, but I have it a little bit different. And I'm going to just go ahead and tell you this. And let's say this is for the next week or so. This energy signature is hovering around you in the next week. I do have judgment, and it's reversed. So upright means moving into what actions from the past or people from the past and dredging up the past. You're not doing that right now. Okay. Now it does look, this is the fun part. It does look like you're going to have something. Ace of Wands is the start of movement, of action. It's like you're going to be inspired, a new thought, a new action to go out and do it. And you're going to take it. You're going to like it so much. This is the Hierophant upright. And the Hierophant is all about religions. It's man-made religions and things like that, but some of that man-made religion can move into ritual and can do that, which will support your new action. And then the cool part here is we've got the Devil coming in. It's almost like you have this idea and you're going to be obsessed with it. yummy, yummy. Let's get some of that done. And you'd think, oh, the devil is always bad. Not so much. I mean, it can get in your way a lot. But I feel like, Denise, this week you're going to just allow your obsessive compulsive nature to dive into something new. And then the last card, which tells me whether the devil is going to hold you back or not, is the reversed 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands means you're taking on the burden of another. Someone needs your help and you just take on a lot, that type of thing. Well, it's reverse. It's like people are not going to come close to you. They're going to say, oh, Denise is way too busy for my problem. So I see a really good week ahead for you. It's really interesting. So, but that Judgment, that's a major card, and it was reversed. And you were saying you're not getting the upper octaves. It's almost like when I go in and ask if I'm doing a Akashic record reading, I always ask permission for the Akashic record guides. Ask if that person's soul requests assistance. Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no. When it's no, I know it's like the guides are saying, step back because we're working on something big with her. Step aside. Whatever you have, she doesn't have time for what you got to say. And that's happened a few times. I just give the person back their money and check in, later. That means that their guides are helping them, that, or doing something, a big thing. The reverse Judgment for Denise says it's her, the opposite. It's like, wait a minute, I hear you loud and clear. Don't give me any more. Let me put this that you've already given me into action. And I think you're going to really enjoy that. Oh, guess you started my tarot class last night. Oh gosh. Yep. And we have little classes where the devil comes in and we just get obsessed. Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. Call me if you have any questions. What's Kim? That's
Okay, so Kim Lee, can you give me a number between 1 and 28? Because I'm going to pull one of my gemstone cards for you.
And I'm going to start her reading.
Okay. 11. All right.
I love 11s.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Oh, okay. So here we have Snowflake Obsidian.
Oh.
Snowflake Obsidian represents the first chakra. The first chakra is your connection to Mother Earth. This is your chakra that covers all the basics: self-preservation, food, shelter, clothing, feeling safe and secure in your body, feeling safe and secure in your environment. So this is a very important chakra, really, to stabilize us and to be connected. Because if you're not grounded, then you're not going to bring your gifts down to earth. That's why it's important to be balanced in the first chakra. Okay, so your card that I pulled is Snowflake Obsidian. Do you see, even though the first chakra is red, a lot of times the best cards to balance the first chakra are things that are in the earth tones or black. So Snowflake Obsidian you see is black, but it has white. This is about shedding light in the dark. So have you been feeling blocked, Kim? Do you feel like somehow you're not seeing the big picture? You're feeling a bit blocked? So Snowflake Obsidian is great to help you get through those blocks. And I'll read to you what the stone said to me. This is the message from the stone. We bring light into darkness. Whenever you are stuck, we help you to see the light. No problem is too large for us to handle. We ground and protect you to walk your path. Use us to help you feel safe in darkness and in light. When you feel lost or you keep running into obstacles, let us help to shed light in the darkness so that you can find your way. Isn't that great? I love these gemstones.
They're beautiful gemstone cards.
Mm-hmm.
Can we order them?
Yeah.
We can't on your website?
You know,
Or
they're not on my website yet. I will send you I'll put my email.
okay. Because I would love to start using those.
I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Linda
So,
is psychic, and there's a hyphen between chakra and psychic. So just make sure you put that in there.
so Linda at chakra / hyphen
Right.
psychic.com. And Kim Lee says, working with two realms, likely a little more than the other, but I have connected them better. Good to them better.
Well, this should help you take out whatever blocks so that you can merge those and be able to see through both.
It's interesting because I do see that what Spirit is saying for me for your general reading is the very first card told me the topic, and that is Earth. I've got the Pentacle cards, and I also see there's something new coming in, fresh and new with the Page of Pentacles. Then it goes all the way to the other side of the family of Pentacles into Daddy, the King of Pentacles. So feel safe that you are supported. I don't know if you might feel that a little overwhelmed with the land or housing or your responsibilities. You are not alone. You are not alone. And I see peace in your heart. I really do, because I have Page of Wands reversed, which means no new action, but doesn't mean it's not bad action, right? And I've got the reverse 5 of Wands. No bickering. It's like your peace you have a peace in your heart. And the very last card we're talking about next week, I do see Papa here. This is a King of Cups. There's a connection. I've got 2 kings here. Doesn't mean it's 2 different men. It just means that's the energy that's Spirit wants me to remind you to take in, because it is standing right next to you. And if it moves you to make a phone call, that would be maybe the message. It's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling what Spirit is showing me. It's got Papa all over it. God bless you. God bless you. Oh, this has been great. We've got. Oh, you got something more?
I just did a general reading for everybody, and this is from my gemstone card deck. So the gemstone mojito has all the different stones in a pitcher, in a drink, a non-alcoholic beverage, mind you. So I call this a party in a pitcher. And whenever I draw the gemstone, one of the gemstone drinks, that means to really just loosen up, have fun, mix things up, and enjoy your life. So that's the message for today. Have more fun. Mix it up.
I love that. Now I'm thirsty.
I know. And then it has the recipe on the back. Go subscribe to my channel, please.
Oh, yes. I forgot to suggest that. Please subscribe. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. Yes. I have so enjoyed being with you today. And we've got another little from Kaylee. Your deck is so lovely. I think
it is
going to be. Oh, you're going to visit your daddy next week.
Yeah, sounds good.
Very helpful. Oh gosh, that's great. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to come online and letting us talk to you about what we feel is important. And you are important, and I want you to definitely know, take care of each other, and we will see you again very soon. Please comment, because that always helps. We want to hear how you feel. I adore all of you.
Me too.
Till next time. Bye-bye.